For years now, no matter if you're a novice or an experienced airsoft player, you will have always come across the same statement. Get a Hi-Capa, you can't go wrong with it. That is indeed a factual statement because the Hi-Capa, namely the Hi-Capa from Tokyo Marui, has long been the king of the hill. When I mean long has it been the king. So when you have built a successful platform, others will want to challenge the king. A number of different challengers from different companies have tried to come out and take on the almighty Hi-Capa from Tokyo Marui, that is. While some may have fizzled out, others gained a cult following. But it just seems like no one is able to dethrone the king. So what is this? Just some other bait to get you to click on another uninspired video of glazing the Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa? Or this is yet another attempt to dethrone the king of airsoft? Wow, a different pistol. What kind of video are we attacking today? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, let me start by saying I am not unfamiliar with the Arcturus brand. Some of you may even know that way back when, in the yonder year of 2021, I started reviewing some of their guns. I want to say I did it before it was cool. But after that review from what seems to be 3 lifetimes ago, much has changed. You'd be hard-pressed to find a store or players or people generally interested in airsoft who don't know who Arcturus is. Now, there are a lot of really interesting and cool products under the Arcturus product line. We are not looking at some of the really cool AEGs, but put a pin in this because we will be looking at that at a later date. So make sure you subscribe, like, and come back for more. But we're going to look at a little lesser known product out there for some of you. We're going to look at a pistol. Yes, a pistol from Arcturus. Namely, this one, the Arcturus Vanguard. With my opener talking about the Hi-Capa and clearly unassuming thumbnail, you might have missed it and not noticed that we were talking about an airsoft pistol. One that might even consider itself a challenger to the TM Hi-Capa itself. The Vanguard is clearly in a place where it can be considered a challenger. The gun at first glance is pretty cool. It's got all the modern designs, these angular cuts, all these serrations up front, the high speed, low drag type of tactical that tells you that I'm tactical. Now, this is not a knock onto the gun itself, even though I may be exaggerating some of its features, because even the out-of-the-box, unassuming Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa has all the upgrade parts under the world to turn your very basic looking pistol into something that, the cat ear wearing connoisseur that plays Call of Duty would like to turn their gun into. Pink, neon colors, all of that. To prove I'm not giving this gun a hard time and to kind of show you that even the big boys pattern their guns that kind of look like this. This is an actual gun. See? Very similar. The gun itself feels pretty good in your hand, and all the controls are placed where you'd expect them to be. And while we're talking about controls, let's go over them. The surfaces are long enough where you can easily access them, but not too wide where it becomes obtrusive. One of my pet peeves when it comes to Hi-Capa or 2011 style pistols is they straddle this line between tactical and competition, meaning they'll take some of the tactical aspects like the rails and being able to mount an optic on it, and then made it with certain competition elements like enlarged control surfaces. And this is where it gets me. I don't like it when it's too much of one and not enough of the other. And I think Arcturus did a beautiful job here in extending the control surfaces without widening them too much to when you hold and grab and punch the gun out, it's not jamming into your hands, making it really uncomfortable to grip. So circling back to what I was saying about controls, clearly they've taken enough inspiration from the big boys here and made their controls just enough for you to have them to be easily accessible, easily usable, and very positive. I mean this one. Finally, let's talk about compatibility. Now, the Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa, let's face it, is like the most compatible platform for almost all airsoft parts there are on the market out there. So that's what really makes the Hi-Capa great. This guy, well, what's compatible with this? Arcturus did innovate a bit on the design without sacrificing too much inability to accept aftermarket parts, and that makes practical sense. They changed the hop-up chamber and outer barrel interface to ensure higher service life for CO2, while still being able to take TM spec outer barrels and hop-ups as a set. So if it can take TM hop-up sets, ooh, do I have a brand for you? The grip safety has been deleted in a way so if you install an aftermarket beaver tail, the safety function will be restored. The magazine release is Arcturus' own design and can be swapped to either side. The whole grip itself can also be swapped over for a TM Hi-Capa if you want. The hop-up location is exactly where you'd expect it to be, right here. I used to play a game called Find the Hop-Up, but it's been a while. Do you guys remember that? I kind of remember that. Here at Genesis Impact Sports, thank you Genesis for letting me use your range for the testing of the Arcturus Vanguard. Today we're going to do a few tests, kind of give you guys an overview and a shooting feeling of how the gun actually feels when it shoots. So what are we going to do? We are going to check the grouping, see the fly of the BB, how consistent it is, and give you guys a feeling of recoil impulse, how it holds in my hand, how the gun actually feels, and what matters the most to you. All right, less than me talking, time to shoot. First, we're gonna do an accuracy test. I have a target set out at 7 yards. I'm gonna take 10 shots at the #1 target down there. Let's see how accurate this gun is. From about 7 yards, once I got my hold right, the groupings were pretty tight. Took a few practice shots, as you can see, had a few flyers out here, but overall, once you get it dialed in, you're pretty good. Not bad. So now that we've seen accuracy of the gun, and I think it does pretty good, now we're going to talk about the fly of the BB and the trajectory and how stable they are. The target is downrange, set at about 20 yards. I'm going to try to aim for the center mass #3 target, and let's see how close we get. Let's see how we did. At 20 yards, a lot of the rounds landed right here in the 3 zone, which was excellent. Couple of flyers, but that was on me. Overall, I'm very pleased with the consistency in the fly of the BBs. You got a pretty good gun here at 20 yards. Nailing this, not bad at all. Now that we've talked about the accuracy as well as the flight path and consistency of this gun, let's go through all the things I'm sure you guys are interested in. Start with that trigger break. It's light, but also very positive. Something you could definitely feel on a gun that's designed to go fast like this. Talk about going fast. Double tapping, very easy. Triple tapping, very easy. Now let's go a little faster. Very, very easy. This gun is an easy gun to shoot. If fast is what you want to go, the Vanguard got you covered. Now I can go top, bottom, left, right. Very easy to shoot gun. You point, and it just delivers the BBs. Guaranteed I'm using 0.25 gram BBs, and that's why. Now, I am riding pretty high on the slide release, so that's why it's not catching, but overall, a very positive gun. Thank you, Arcturus, for sending this for me to review for you guys. This is a very pleasant airsoft pistol to shoot. And I just ran out. Let's finish this off. Tokyo Marui Hi-Capa competitors always seem like a dime a dozen, and they always seem like such a flash in the pan. They come today, say, huzzah, look at me, I'm gonna dethrone the king. But you know what they say, right? If you come for the king, you best not miss. Has the Vanguard dethroned the king? You know, I think in a lot of aspects, we are seeing the out-of-the-box experience for 2011 style pistols like this evolve over the years. Trust me, I know. And to pick this one up, feeling good in your hand, not much work you really need to do to it, performance-wise is good. If I am just looking for something that's reliable, subdued, and I can pull the trigger and it go bang, you would definitely be hard-pressed to find something that could compete with this. Because I think when we talk about the competition between something like this and the Hi-Capa, the conversation always is skewed, how good can this operate versus the out-of-the-box gun? If that's the comparison we're trying to make, well, most competitors are going to be better than the out-of-the-box Hi-Capa, because what truly makes the Hi-Capa shine is its ability to adapt, its ability to be upgraded. And it can be turned into almost anything your heart desire. You want it to be a full auto BB slinging machine that adapts an M4 magazine to it? You can. If you want it to be very tactical and look like all the other big boy brands out there, you can also do that too. But I think the question that we have here today is this Vanguard a worthy competitor to the Hi-Capa? Is it something that I would recommend in good faith for you to pick up as a gun you can use out of the box? Well, the answer is yes. How could I not? This is everything you need in one package, plus it has an optics cut ready to go. If this is something that you're looking for and you don't want to be able to faff around with your pistol a lot, why not? This is a great option. But you know what? Enough about me. I feel like at the end of these videos, I always ask you guys what you guys think, because I've always valued your feedback. So let me know, what do you guys think about the Arcturus Vanguard? Is this something you would pick up? Is this something you would like? For me, when I was first talking to Arcturus about doing a video, especially this one, my first reaction was, wow, you guys made a gas pistol? That's awesome. But hey, if that's something that you thought too, drop that in the comments section below. And until the next video, catch you next time. Hey, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you later.